Hi there, everybody. Good morning again. It's been a while since I've been on the show, and today I've got Robin Kerr with me from the South Island in New Zealand. So good morning, Robin. How are you?
Good morning, Heiko. It's a better reception being across the table from
Yeah.
you than the last time we
Yeah.
attempted over the telephone.
Yeah. Now, just very quickly, I know that you can tell us a bit more in detail, but Robin goes back. We've known each other almost 20 years. So when we were both at the college down in Christchurch. So you just give us a bit of a rundown of what you've done since then.
Oh gosh, Heiko. So since being at the college, I mean, our roots go back further because we both have a
Connection with Chris Madden and
with
the
Chris Madden,
very well-known acupuncturist in Sydney.
Yes, and it was in that time that I was inspired to do acupuncture and to study Chinese medicine because of the roots of connection. So it's a model that's based on relationship and connection to nature. And so that really was very inspiring for me, and I was lucky to have treatment with Chris and and Mary Garvey, who I'd like to welcome back to New Zealand. So this is right back in the in the 80s, and it was so effective and so empowering. So that really sparked my love of it, and so from the time of my time with us at the college in Christchurch, I'm based in Littleton and in the city of Christchurch with practice, so I run a full-time practice. And I've been involved in the setting up acupuncture response for the survivors and families and victims of the Christchurch Mosque shooting, which is a program that's ongoing. And I've been involved in Acupuncture New Zealand now for.
You're the president.
Yes, that's certainly an involvement.
Yeah.
Yes, I came on as a member.
It's a nice way to put it, involvement.
Yes, involvement. Yes. So I came on as a member rep and focused on our application under the HPCA, the Health Practitioners Competency Assurance Act, to form a Chinese medical board. And that was all to be signed off in Cabinet on the 22nd of July.
But COVID came along.
Well, COVID, and our then Health Minister rode his push bike, and so it was taken off the agenda when we lost our Health Minister at that point. So it's been put for after the election, and that's where we are now. So so that's part of it, and but certainly COVID impacted acupuncturists throughout the country. And
well, I thought it was great. I had 6 weeks off.
You did.
It was really good.
You did. And it's interesting to go to the communities and ask people what they did and how they found it and what happened afterwards. And really going community to community forms a really good understanding of what issues are in different areas and what supports could be in place, but also to reaffirm the resilience that exists within our profession and our members. And I think a lot of that is steeped in their philosophy.
Right. I'm just having a quick look at my questions here because I mean, if Jill, our programmer, was really good, she would have had it up there on a screen for me so I wouldn't have to look down on paper. But that's coming, isn't it, Jill? That's great. That's great. But today's a special day in Napier for acupuncturists who are members of Acupuncture New Zealand, because you're doing a bit of a like a road show around the country, and Napier is our turn tonight. And
yes.
I'm not sure off the top of my head, but we probably have at least 12 to 20 members in Hawke's Bay. I'm not sure how many will turn up tonight, but just tell us a bit about the what we can expect from our meeting tonight. Well, in a nutshell.
Yes. The roadshow is, as I was saying before, is a wonderful opportunity to connect with our members throughout the country and to have that opportunity to look at what are the issues for them and what they need from the organisation. It's also a chance for the organisation for me to share what has been going on the macro level. So what is going on in the health systems and health and disability systems, because it's under change at the moment. So we can start to look at the languaging that's being used and start to look at how we can best respond to the health issues that are present. And so if I was just to say 3 key issues, in New Zealand it's well identified that we have health inequality and health inequity, and this is where we're seeing certain parts of our communities that suffer great health disadvantage compared to others. Now, that is been identified as an unsustainable health model to have. It is very expensive to care for someone who has lost a limb from the effects of diabetes. It is so much more cost effective to address these issues of poor housing, food, the inability to get health services at the top of the cliff than pay at the bottom of the cliff. So I'm also looking at for us to look at how we as a workforce, we have over 1,000 acupuncturists in New Zealand. We are actually quite a large workforce, and we are on the essentials as professionals list for immigration. So this is a workforce that we are currently, because of the positioning within the health model, sitting outside and generally working in private practice.
So you're looking at trying to get us or some of us to work in some kind of slash free community healthcare acupuncture for?
I am looking at the whole application to the ministry of how we can be utilised as a health service, as a better health service to meet the issues of inequity, the issues of the unsustainable health system, and cost effective. So whether or not that is a model that looks at salaried positions that are shared in communities in particular clinics, or as community clinics based in relation to DHBs, that's to be explored community by community. But certainly continuing a model that does not utilise our full capacity to address issues, neurological issues, that's a growing area, the diabetes,
mental health. Because I know one of our members, is it Kate Roberts in Wellington, has done a PhD.
Absolutely, excellent work.
So yeah, I've often thought if we could somehow get some kind of centre going for urgent mental health, emotional work for acupuncture.
Yes.
That's for free, that would be great. No, but just tell us, because we're running a bit short on the time.
Yes.
What, if you could wave the magic wand.
Yes, if I could wave the magic wand.
And tell us what would happen for the future of acupuncture in New Zealand. What would you like to see?
I would like to see us have the beautiful soft knees of a Tai Chi to be able to respond to the health needs community by community, and also to have that recognition in the narrower system that it currently exists, that acupuncture is not seen as simply the action of putting needles into bodies and culturally appropriated into other healthcare professionals' practice, but that it's respected in terms of its cultural significance. It was declared by UNESCO a cultural heritage, and we can't forget that it has its traditions and that it has its value and evidenced value as well. So what I would like to see is that it is respected in its entirety and becomes part of a health system that is far more robust and able to respond to the health inequity by inclusiveness and not appropriation.
Yeah, well, for me, what I'd like to see is, because I mean, I know acupuncture is well known and respected and used for, say, ACC and injuries. There's no denying that. I wouldn't know how many thousand people a day getting acupuncture for back sprains or whatever. But, you know, we forget that acupuncture is just so much more than that, and in particular, just two conditions of interest for me is diabetes and stroke rehabilitation,
Yes.
where I know, you know, the tradition trained acupuncturists can offer so much. And if we can, at some stage, as you said, and having these some kind of, you know, a community-based clinic where there might be a practitioner or practitioners on some kind of salary from DHB or whatever, you know, working from some community centre in a house or something. That's sort of, I'm hoping one day.
Indeed, I'm with you there,
Yeah.
Heiko. It's you know, everything from palliative care to the issues of oncology, and
Yeah.
currently because this workforce of ours is relegated into private practice, it means that it's those that can afford
Yeah.
treatment, and this is a sad indictment and completely unacceptable in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So this is what I see is the path
Yeah.
that
That we-
I wish to bring to
yeah.
the table,
Yeah.
and to support our practitioners on the ground, find ways for them to link up to
Yeah.
specialise in certain areas and
Yeah.
bring that passion that they have to the table.
Yeah. All right, we might need to finish up here, but we'll look forward to seeing you tonight. Again, with hopefully about 10 or 20 other members. And then just to finish the show, we're going to have a Rolling Stones song from their album, their Satanic Majesty's Request. And I know that Ken actually likes that album. Or he says he does. And we're using the song, it's in representative because On With the Show.
Fantastic.
Because after here, where are you off to?
From here, Taupo.
Taupo, yeah.
Taupo.
Taupo, Rotorua, or just...
Yes. Taupo, Rotorua, Hamilton, and
All
back
right.
to Auckland.
All right. That's
And then
great.
it'll be the South Island.
Great. All right, well, you have a great show and safe travels, and we will see you tonight.
Lovely. Thank you, Heiko.
Okay.